All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Chicagoland Speedway. This is the Windy City. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series heads to Chicagoland tonight for race number 5 in that 2020 winter number 2 season. I'm just going to call this 2021 season 1. How about that? 98 laps here tonight. And there's a lot of room to race here, man. The high groove is in play. Not real tough on tires. Fuel strategy may be the way to go tonight. It's Chicagoland Speedway. It's TurnLeftTV, and it is live. Well, we got a little Buschwackers series headed your way tonight. Some classic stock car action here in the High Octane Racing League Buschwackers series. It's live right here on TurnLeftTV. Thanks for joining us. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in. We've got a good one for you here tonight. Little Buschwackers series. Should be a great night here. Right now, these guys are in the practice session, just finishing up practice. So I apologize, by the way, if the microphone sounds are a little bit off here tonight, man. There was a Windows update, and you know when that happens, everything gets jacked. So it is what it is. We'll see if we can't make the best of it. Hopefully we don't lose too many fans over this. I think anybody who knows anything about computers and knows Windows updates realizes that things get a little out of whack after they have a Windows update. You know, the Windows update to fix everything. We'll take a look at the track here at Chicagoland. Mile and a half. I don't really want to call this one a cookie cutter. It is a mile and a half. It does have that tri-oval feel, but it's a little bit more of a sweeping tri-oval area than some of our cookie cutter tracks. Banking in the turns at 18 degrees, and like I said, that high line is in play. Front stretch banking at 11 degrees, down the back stretch at 5 degrees. And a fun track here, really not very tough on tires, so you can really push this car to the limit, I think. And this is going to be a fun race here tonight at Chicagoland. A couple minutes left here in the practice session. Looks like we have 16 drivers joining us right now. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Thanks so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Peace to all my friends out there in, man, I'm all out of whack here right now. Maybe I'm a little too green or something, huh? Let's do this. Oh, it's not fixed. That's all right, man. You guys will get used to it. I'll try to keep myself off the camera as much as I can. But again, peace to everybody out there in sim racing land tonight. We got a good, fun race for you, and I'm excited about this one. It's the Chicagoland Speedway. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Please hit the thumbs up button and fill this in for me right here. Can you guys fill that part in right there? Just color it in. But hit the thumbs up button. Share my videos with all your friends. Any social media platform where you can shoot YouTube videos, you're more than welcome to share my videos. And again, thanks for coming in. This is a great track, man. Very fun race here. The Buschwackers series is a great series too. Guys really like it, and that's why we get big fields here. coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We have GT3 Racing, High Octane Racing League GT3 Series at Portland International. Man, this is a great track. Love this track. Very short road course, tight road course, so there's going to be a lot of traffic that these guys are going to have to deal with. So a 50-minute race coming your way tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Little High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Looks like they're going to go over to qualification session now. Get a couple chatters in here. Looks like Claudio Bardelli Jr. in here. Good to see him out. He's competing in the race tonight, so good luck to Claudio. Boa noche, my friend. Good to see Claudio out here, and best of luck to him tonight. Definitely want to look for Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car here tonight. We'll focus on his see if we can't here we go, that 91 car. Got the TurnLeftTV logo on the side, so we definitely wish him the best of luck. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Interested in an rFactor 2 dedicated server? You can contact EliteHostingUSA.com. That's who provides our servers, and they do a great job, man. Got 3 packages to choose from. Don't forget to surf over to EliteHostingUSA.com. Tell them TurnLeftTV sent you. Well, last week, who won that race? That was Ricky Emerson in the 5 car in that PlayStation sponsored machine. Great race there at Lucas Oil. And good short track there. Guys were a little skeptical about it, but I think it ended up being a great race. So did have a green-white checker. Ricky Emerson came out on top. Lucas Sinfer finishes in the 2nd position. Ed Palumbo 3rd. Arthur Vieta 4th. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. got a top 5 finish there at Lucas Oil. So congratulations to Ricky Emerson. He had a battle there with the 21 car to pull off this victory, but 21, man, did not need that last caution flag, that's for sure. I think he was really going to have a shot there of getting around Ricky Emerson, but Ricky did a great job. Congratulations to him. We'll see if he can't do 2 in a row. Take a look at Frank Burdosti in his first race back here after quite a while, so in the 6X machine. For Claudio Bardelli Jr. right now, the top time, 30.041. John Jacobs second on the grid here so far. Frank Burdosti right now 10th on the grid here in his qualification attempt. Ed Palumbo in the 54 car here trying to get this qualification attempt in. Looks like he has done so, and he is 5th on the grid. Lawrence Stoppleworth, a new top time in the 41 in that Snap-on Tools sponsor machine. 30.005 for Lawrence Stoppleworth. John Stanley here in the 12 car. 29.999. Colin Matiak, the new top time. So with John Stanley currently 13th on the grid. Art Rivera taking a look at him in the 4 car. He is qualified in the 5th position. Again, thank you so much for coming in. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, commentator, broadcaster, guy you want to hate if things are going wrong. Buschwackers series here tonight at Chicagoland Mile and a Half Speedway, 98 laps. It is race number 5 of 10. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwacker series. Of course, tonight here at Chicagoland. Next week we got Northside, that is Richmond, Martinsville Speedway, Riverside International. The next 3 tracks after this, Phoenix and then Indianapolis Motor Speedway to finish out the season there. So good mix of track here coming up, some short track action. And we next week will be at Northside, which is Richmond. So that'll be a great one as well. Lucas Sintner out here in making his qualification attempt. Right now shown... we'll show everybody up here, it looks like. So Luca with a 29.913 knocks Colin Matiak off the pole there. So a couple of young guns there in 1 and 2. Great job to those guys. Coming up on Saturday, the Saturday Night Thunder. That's right, it's back in action. The stock cars, the cup cars, in action tomorrow at Homestead Miami Speedway. That's coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And 150 laps there. This is open setup. This league is a fantastic one. Last week was a great race at Daytona. So race number 2 headed your way at Homestead Miami Speedway. Race 2 of the first season of 2021, and it'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. That's the Saturday Night Thunder. Don't forget to support ZiaComics.com. Your nerd headquarters, all things comic related, action figures, games, comic books, you name it. These guys have it. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. That is ZiaComics.com, your nerd headquarters. Right now, these guys are in the driver's meeting. We'll take a look at the top 10 in standings in the Buschwacker Series. Sean Jacobs sits on top there. At 7 points behind is Art Rivera. Ed Palumbo just 8 points back in the 3rd position. Colin Matiak, Todd Robillard tied for the 4th position. 11 points back. Tim Lansbury and Paul Brown tied for 6th. Just 12 points back. Lucas Simpner is 8th, 13 points back. Zachman Casey not here tonight, unfortunately. 9 points, sits in the 9th position. 15 points back, and Lawrence Doppelworth rounding out the top 10, just 16 points back. We'll see if the side-by-side is working. It looks like it is. That is great news. And again, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Always appreciate your support. Don't forget to click on the link down in the description of this race and follow that over to the Fanatec website. Give those guys a look and help me out here at TurnLeftTV if you're interested in purchasing some race equipment, a steering wheel, pedals, wheelbase, shifter. Should be a great one. Should be a great opportunity for you, and please follow that link here at TurnLeftTV and help me out. Thank you so much for coming in. And don't forget, if you'd like to join the Discord, right there's the Discord address. You can follow me on Twitter at TurnLeftTV, Facebook at TurnLeftTV1, and then if you'd like to contact me directly through Discord, you got a couple addresses you can do so right there. So again, thank you so much. So it looks like they are going to let the qualification session run out. About 15 seconds left here. We'll go to the warm-up session. Again, thanks for coming in. Got some chatters coming in here in the chat session. That's awesome. Going to have a pretty good turnout, I think, in the chat session. So Bailey Tyler wishing Jim Willis a good luck tonight. RJ Incredible here rooting on Preston Hassell. So got a couple fans in here, Preston and Jim Willis. Got their fans in here, so good to see that. And again, thank you for coming in and watching, by the way, and participating in the stream chat as well. I appreciate that. All right, does look like we're in the warm-up session here, so looks like about 10 minutes here before we get to the command to start the engine. And again, thank you for coming in. Hopefully the stream is looking okay to you. So some guys will be out here dialing the settings in, getting this car ready to go here. So best of luck to the drivers here tonight. And don't forget, coming up at 3 p.m. tomorrow, we get the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series at Portland. What a great track. This is going to be the full circuit with the chicane. And it is a really fun track. It is a narrow track, it's a tight track. It is a short track. So you're looking really just a shad over a mile in length. So we're going to have a lot of traffic here, which is really not what you're used to, I think, when watching GT3 Series racing. But this thing's going to be a fun one. A lot of guys were requesting this track. And I think it's going to be a great one. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV at 3 p.m. Eastern Time in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. racing here in the 91 car. His practice laps in, and we might as well dial in the onboard. Oh, that doesn't looking too bad. That's not looking too bad. So as I jump from GT3 cars to the Saturday Night Thunder cars, the Cup cars, back to Xfinity, I've always got to adjust this in-car view here. So it looks pretty sweet. And again, taking a look at the schedule here next week, we have North Side, that is Richmond, for 130 laps there on February the 26th. You don't want to miss that one. A good short track, about 3/4 of a mile in length. And Martinsville after that, that is a true short track, 150 laps there on March the 5th. Riverside is our road course we have on the season this year, and on the schedule this year with a 50-lap race on March the 12th. Phoenix headed your way on March the 19th. I don't really want to know what, I don't know whether I want to call that a short track or a kind of a bid track. I don't know. It is a beast in its own. It's a 5-turn. Just a little over a mile in length is Phoenix. So 120 laps there coming up on March the 19th. And in Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a 70-lap race there to finish out the season on March the 26th. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here in the 24 car, the 13 of Colin Maniac just below him. On board here with Sean Jacobs. Take a look inside that car and him at the wheel. A little bit close, huh? There we go. He makes a pit stop here, comes down pit lane, practicing his pit entry. This pit entry is a little bit difficult here, so definitely want to pay attention. Be up on the wheel here when you decide to make a pit stop, because it's easy to spin this car out. Also easy to make get a speeding penalty as well, so you want to make sure you're cognizant of that. We're going to take a look at the season standings here, the in-race standings. I had to sort of modify some things because we do drop the lowest 2 races here. So this standings is correct. Sean Jacobs, 88 points there, sits on top. Arca Vieta just a shad behind there in the 2nd position. Ed Palumbo in 3rd. Colin Madiak to see 4th, tied with Todd Robillard. Tim Lansbury and Paul Brown tied for the 6th position. Lucas Simpner is in 8th. Jack Casey is 9th just, with 73 points, and Lawrence Stopforth is 10th with 72 points. Those are the live standing. At least the live is tonight coming into tonight's race live. Tabitha Miller in here wishing Jim Willis has got everybody here wishing him good luck here, huh? I mean, what the heck? This guy must be a chick magnet or something. Good to see Jim's got some fans out here tonight. So best of luck to him. He's going to be in that 53 car. Got him a new paint scheme in. He says he likes those just kind of the plain paint schemes here. We'll take a look at this real quick here in a few minutes that we have left here in the practice session. So I get the camera rolling. There we go. Look at that Team Realtree sponsored machine. Jim Willis. Helped a little bit on that paint scheme. Did a couple stripes there in the names and so forth. Kudos to Paul Brown on painting up that car. Jim said he doesn't like anything fancy schmancy, just wants a good plain black paint scheme. Well, he got his wish. A couple minutes left here in the practice session. We'll take a look at Preston Hassell here in the 27 car at AMD Rising Sponsor Machine. 13 Colin Madiak just behind him. We'll get the out of the back view. There we go. Looking out of the back of the 27 is Colin Madiak there trying to get around. On the inside. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow evening, we got race number 2, the Saturday Night Thunder. That's right, the Saturday Night Thunder is back. Homestead Miami Speedway, 150 laps there. And it will be that is a great track, man. I mean, you talk about high groove. The high groove is definitely in play here at Homestead. And very impressed with this track. Love this track. Had a lot of fun here racing myself. And I really do think Homestead's going to be a great race. If you'd like to join up to race with us in a Cup Series, you can follow that Discord address and join our Discord channel. We would love to have you. We had a big field last week, and I suspect we're going to have another big field this week. Guys are really loving this stock car series and have been eager to have this Cup Series back on a Saturday night. Ed Palumbo on the chat session wishing himself good luck. See that? Good luck, Ed. Ed Palumbo saying, good luck, Ed. Ed's his biggest fan. All right, just a few moments left, and we're going to get the command to start the engines. Are you ready, boys and girls? It's Chicagoland Speedway here tonight. We have 98 laps. It's race number 5 of the first season of 2021. I got to change that banner there a little bit, but that's okay. Chicagoland Speedway, a very fun track, and this is going to be a lot of fun here tonight. You're going to see some good side-by-side racing, guys really needing to set up passes, and then also pit strategy could be key here.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, our starting order here. Lucas Simpson in the 21 car starts on the pole. Colin Madiak, another one of our young guns in the 13, starts in second. Lawrence Stoppelworth is third. Ricky Emerson starts in the 4th position in that 5 car. In 5th is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Arthur Vieira in the 4 starts in the 6th position. Todd Rubillard is 7th. Sean Jacobs starts in the 8th position. In 9th is the 54 of Ed Palumbo. Jim Willis in the 53 starts in the 10th position. Tiago Gomez in the 9X machine starts in 11th. And Preston Hassell in the 27 starts in 12th. In 13th is Tim Lansbury in the 82 car. John Stanley is 14th. Reese Kennedy will start in the 15th position. Frank Burdosti starts in 16th. And in the 17th position is Gilmar Peixoto. guess it's Gilmar. Sorry about that. Gilmar Peixoto. It's a hard G. All right, I want to get a good clean start here and get yourself in a groove. 98 laps here at Chicagoland. And again, thank you so much for coming in. Pace car is off. Lucas Sinfner will lead the field to take the green flag here at Chicagoland for race number 5 in the Buschwacker Series.
Green flag, go, go, go.
See that high line there for the 13. He's off to a good start. 13 of Colin Matiak here looking to take a lead. Fighting back is Lucas Simpner. Luca now claiming the lead, and we got a battle here between the 5 and 13 for the second position. The 13, Colin Matiak, going to hold on to that second spot. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the 91 car looking to make some moves. Heath up on the high line there, following these fellow countrymen. A couple Brazilians there. Arthur Vieira in the 4 car now making some moves. He's up to the 4th position as Claudio Bardelli Jr. has to fall behind that 41 of Lauren Stoppelwer. He's got a battle there with Todd Robillard. Good side-by-side battle there between the 90 and the 91. Todd Robillard in that Napa sponsor machine down on the bottom side. Good battle here, side by side. A couple Camaros here battling it out for the 6th position. Todd Robillard down on the inside here. Can he pull off that pass? It's tough, man. Like I said, the high groove is a good groove here to run. But you can pull it off. You're just going to have to do a little bit of a slide job. Can you make it work? And Todd Robillard looks like he's going to make that work this time by. Yeah, good side-by-side race there between Todd Robillard in the 90 and the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. Looking out of the back of Claudio's car at Sean Jacobs in the 24. Sean Jacobs right now running in the 8th position. To see Ed Palumbo back there as well. Running in 9th. Preston Hassell in the 27 car running in the 10th position. Hey, what, man, this 90 there looking like he wants to make some moves here is Lauren Stopworth in the 41 up on the outside line. These guys are starting to pick it up here on the bottom line. Lauren Stopworth in that new paint scheme. At Snap-on Tools, he said his manufacturer, he switched from Mac Tools over to Snap-on Tools and wanted a new sponsor. So we painted him up a car, and here he is in the 41 car in this Snap-on Tools paint scheme. On board here with him as you see him working that wheel a little bit coming off turn 4. Crossing the start-finish line right now. Lauren Stopworth running in the 7th position, having a battle with the 24, now back to 8th. Take a look at Preston Hassell here in the 27 car. That AMD sponsored machine right now running in the 10th position. Got 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds off the race lead. A couple cars there just in front of him. Lauren Stopworth on the outside. Now I think Lauren maybe just sort of dropping back, maybe trying to save those tires there. So he's really giving up a lot of positions on the outside. Now on board here with the 27 car. Take a look here as Colin Matiak down to the bottom line, and he's trying to get by Lucas Simpner. He's going to pull off this pass here. So the 13 of Colin Matiak moving forward. Arthur Vieira here going to try to follow him through. We've got Lucas Simpner giving up that spot, now falling back to the 4th position, it looks like. Ricky Emerson moving up to the 3rd position in that 5 car. And I'll tell you what, out of the front of his machine, looking at that 4 and that 13. This guy's starting to open up a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field, but they are starting to get a little bit racy. Archivieta in that 4 car. Looking pretty solid here tonight, man. I'll tell you what, this guy, I've said it time and time again, this guy can flat out drive anything. And he is always competitive, always seems to find a way to get that 4 car to the front. Colin Matiak, another one of those great drivers we have here at HORL. 16 years old. That's right, man. Just had his 16th birthday there a few months ago, and this guy is a fantastic race car driver. He's got a battle on his hands right now with a cagey veteran, and that is Arjun Vieira down on the bottom line here looking to try to take the lead on 13. We have a new race leader, and that is Arjun Vieira. He's trying to figure it out here. Colin Matiak in the 13, back to the 2nd position. Ricky Emerson is in 3rd. Take a look at our side-by-side view here on board with Colin Matiak, and then take a look at Arjun Vieira. They're following him trackside. Now Colin Matiak looking like he's got a little bit of a run here on the 41 car, the 4 car, and backs off. So he is going to have to start thinking about what's in his mirror as well. And he's got Ricky Emerson breathing down his neck. So the front 3 opening up a little bit of gap here. Ricky Emerson showing a lot of muscle here, running in the 3rd position. Some good side-by-side action here. Now Ricky Emerson diving down to the bottom line here, and you're going to see on that lower right frame, Ricky Emerson in that mirror. Take a look at Ricky Emerson here in the 5 car. Is showing some muscle here. He got a big win last week. Can he make it 2 in a row? See him working that wheel through the turns. Talk about somebody showing a lot of muscle here. Todd Robillard continuing to move forward here in the 90 car, now up to the 4th position. Lucas Simpner now falls back to 5th. Sean Jacobs in the 24 car in this mix as well. Sean Jacobs now down on the bottom side there of Lucas Simpner. Luca up on the high side. Sean Jacobs in the 24 in that Western Auto sponsored machine. Now pulling off that pass. He's in 5th. One of these guys, man, he really likes the super speedways. He's sort of quiet when it comes to running these cookie cutter tracks or these 1.5-mile tracks, but right now looking pretty darn solid here. I'll tell you what, man, this battle here up front is tightening up here as the 5 car is starting to peak around on the low side. They're going to go 3 wide here. Oh, man, they were almost 3 wide there through the turn, and that was not going to work. As now Ricky Emerson's going to pull off that pass. Colin Matiak going to try to do the crossover move in the 13. He does not want to relinquish that spot. Now side by side with Ricky Emerson is Colin Matiak here, so looking like a lot of fun there between the 13 and the 5. That 13 might end up giving that 5 a shot there. These guys keep getting racy here, and you're going to see that second pack catching up there, the 90, the 24, and also the 21 car. 13 of Colin Matiak here looking like he wants this race lead. Look at this, man. We got a mess right here. This is a hornet's nest. As a 5, Ricky Emerson, he has got a lot of company right now. Looking out of the back of his machine, he doesn't know which way to go. Here's the 24 looking on the bottom side. The 4 of Arjun Vieira was up on the high side. Ricky Emerson now dives up to the high side there. And the 24 of Sean Jacobs in the Western Auto sponsor machine. He's looking like he wants to get around here. So he's looking pretty racy later in this run too. Right now, Colin Matiak has reclaimed the race lead. Getting good side by side. Oh, Todd Robillard got a little bit loose right there. Hang on to that car. We'll take a look at this. As man, he was loose. Take a look here. This might be a little bit too early here. It's a 90. See if we can't sort of take a look at this. Back here with the 90 car and take a look here, and he got a little bit sideways. Down the backstretch and things, everything, but I think it was on the front stretch in that tri-oval area is when that 90 got sideways here. So take a look at this Coletta sponsor machine. And off the turn, and I think it was right in here where he got sideways. We might have missed it. Right there, he's getting a little bit sideways there, almost gets on the apron. Tell you what, man, Colin Matiak, Sean Jacobs is taking the race lead here, and Colin Matiak wants that race lead back. So Sean Jacobs and Colin Matiak here having a battle. Sean Jacobs is not ready to relinquish this race lead. Look at this. This is battle for the lead here on lap 20. These guys are racing like it's the last lap here. 24, Sean Jacobs holding on to that lead. Jim Willis here in the 53 car looking to make some moves here. He's down below the 91. He's wanting to get up to past the Claudio Bardelli machine. The number 91, good side-by-side racing there, the 53 and the 91. That 53 diving back down to the bottom side there. A little bit of a roadblock for the 91 as the 27 up on that high line. The 53 side-by-side here with the 91. Good racing here between Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Jim Willis. Oh, the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets up in the wall. Jim Willis slipping through there. Take a look at this a little bit later here. Jim Willis down to the bottom line here as Claudio Bardelli Jr. now dealing with the damage. And Jim Willis going to pick up that spot. Lucas Simpner in the 21 car and the 90 of Todd Rubillard here battling it out. Todd moved that car to the front. A little bit of a loose condition there, and then dropped back a little bit. Now 21, Lucas Simpner looking to make some moves. Get that front two there of Sean Jacobs and Colin Matiak, who have sort of run off from the field here a little bit. Ed Palumbo with the 54 car and Archer Vieira here having a battle. Ed Palumbo running in the 6th position. Archer Vieira here coming down pit lane. Archer Vieira on pit lane in that 4 car. So our pit stops here happening under green. So Archer Vieira on pit lane as we're following Todd Robillard here. We'll jump up here with our race leader, Sean Jacobs. See Archer Vieira there finishing up that pit stop, coming back out on track here on lap 25. Good green flag pit stop. This is what we want to see. Sean Jacobs indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. He's slowing to pit. Colin Matiak following him in. Colin Matiak a little bit faster there coming off the track to enter pit lane. So side by side here as Colin Howell has to dive back up to the high side there and follow that 24 car. Lucas Simpner now our race leader here in the 21. We got a ton of drivers on pit lane right now. Lucas Simpner coming down pit lane. We'll take a look here. We're on board with Lauren Stoppelworth in that lower right frame there as he finishes up his pit stop, coming back out on track, and it's going to get a little interesting here. This can get a little interesting as guys are trying to get back out on the racing surface. See the 21, Lucas Simpner doing his pit stop. Thiago Gomez in the 9X machine is the race leader, and he's a little bit off the pace here. Not sure what's going on with the 9X. He is down on this apron here. He's going to be coming around the pit here. I'm not sure what happened to Thiago Gomez, but well, he is really taking that long way around there. I thought you could pit coming off of 4, but I might be wrong about that. Not get the it's the driver's meeting.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag here as Thiago Gomez. If I were him and had enough fuel, I would just stay out here and come back around. Now he's going to go ahead and pit that car as Artur Vieira now will be our race leader. Frank Burdosti and Gilmar Peixoto now caught lap down. We'll take a look at Frank Burdosti here in the 6X machine. He may end up getting the lucky dog as Thiago Gomez might end up claiming this. We'll see how this works out. Thiago is on pit lane right now. So we got a caution flag here on lap 28, now on lap 29. We'll take a look and see what happened here. As Gilmar Peixoto climbing up the track there just a little bit. Oh, gets into that 82 car and comes around as Gilmar Peixoto. He looked like he slid up to the top of that track there, up into the 82. Take a look at this again as Peixoto, right there, that second lick right there, and gets in to the 82. Take a look here. This is following the 82 here. Peixoto there climbing down and then right back up there and gets into the 82 car. At 82, looks like he's okay. Looks like we're back to live. As the 4 of Artur Vieira is the race leader. 13, Colin Madiak running in the 2nd position. Lucas Simpner is 3rd. Ricky Emerson is 4th. Ed Palumbo running in the 5th position. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow will be at Portland International, the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. 50-minute race in that short, great road course. Short, narrow road course here in the GT3 Series. And guys are really going to have to be on their game because they're going to be in a lot of lap traffic. Going to have a big field here, maybe 20 drivers. And racing starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Getting some guys coming down pit lane here. On board here with the 4 of Artur Vieira as he comes down pit lane. (13) Colin Madiak here coming down pit lane as well. The guys maybe taking fuel only, maybe 2 tires. Looks like Lawrence Stopworth taking tires in that 41 car. Like he just did right side tires. Sean Jacobs now shown as the race leader here in that Western Auto sponsored machine, and I would suggest that he's probably going to come down pit lane. We'll see here. Be interesting to see because, you know, the guys were just coming back off pit lane when the caution flag came out. So if you're thinking about fuel strategy here, then you may want to top off with fuel, and that's what we've seen out of a lot of guys here coming down pit lane, topping off with fuel, getting back out here on track and getting things going. And again, I want to thank you so much for coming in to TurnLeftTV and checking us out. Don't forget, tonight's race is sponsored by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, dedicated server, 3 packages to choose from, that's EliteHostingUSA.com. That's who provides our servers, and they do a great job. You got that self-managed server and great tech support by EliteHostingUSA.com. We do have a couple of late pits, guys coming down pit lane here. The 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. coming down pit lane. Reese Kennedy on pit lane in the 80 car as well to maybe top off with fuel as we go back to green. 24, Sean Jacobs decides he wants that bottom line. The 90 of Todd Rublard will start on the outside line. Get some questions about the mod that we're running here. This is the Xfinity Series. Steve Krebs says that Lauren Stopworth is sandbagging here tonight. Hey, how about this? John Stanley in the 12 car. He's up to the 3rd position. Thiago Gomez in the 9X will start in 4th as we're going to go back green this time by. So, so the mod that we are using is the Xfinity. The well, you can go to Machines Steam page, Machine. He does a lot of the stock car tracks. He has done this mod, and then we've done a little tweak to it with our car set and so forth. But it is the Xfinity Series mod from Machine. And if you would like to join us on our Discord channel, there's the Discord address. So please follow that to us and join up, and we'll get you in touch with the mod. And then also our car set, and you're more than welcome to come out and join us here and race here in the Xfinity Series. All right, getting ready to go back green this time by Sean Jacobs. That Western Auto Machine down on the bottom line. Todd Rublard in the 90 up on the high side. John Stanley in a 12 starts in that 3rd position. On board here with John Stanley running in 3rd. He's trying to push this car forward and maybe get around the 90 and pick up the 2nd spot. Good side-by-side racing there between the 90 and the 12 car. 12 has a duck in the 3rd position. He has got company on the backside of him, the 13 and the 4. Side-by-side racing between those guys. That is Colin Matiak and Arthur Vieira racing side-by-side. Little Camaro versus Mustang. John Stanley in the 12 car there. Hold serve down on the bottom line, giving Sean Jacobs all he can handle. We've got a new race leader, and that is Todd Rublard. So the 90 now showing some muscle here, getting to the race lead for the first time tonight. We'll take a look at that pass here as Sean Jacobs up on the high side, the 90. And Todd Robillard down on this bottom side here makes this pass. So that bottom line is working. He's figured it out as most of these guys are trying to make these passes up on the high side. Ed Palumbo in the 54 and Ricky Emerson in the 5. Battling it out. Right now, Ed Palumbo running in the 6th position. Looking ahead, and it is a mess up there with the 4 car and 13 still figuring it out. Ed Palumbo going to take advantage of that, close in on these guys, and he could be the spoiler of that little battle. Colin Mattiak here in the 13 still having a fit right now with that 4 car, and the 4 car is going to take over that position. Colin Mattiak now falls back to the 5th spot. Mark Guerra is in 4th. And Palumbo in that mellow yellow sponsor machine. He's going to try to get by here. So good battle here between the 13 and the 54. Ed Palumbo in the 54 here pulling off that pass. Now moving up to the 5th position. Colin Mattiak now falling back to 6th. Sean Jacobs here on the outside line working on the 12 car. Trying to get around John Stanley. A little bit earlier here as Sean Jacobs picking up that 2nd position. Todd Robillard is in 1st. Tim Lansbury here in the 82 car, and that Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. Battling it out with the 21, that Flex Seal sponsored Ford Mustang of Lucas Simpner side by side. Just ahead of him is that AMD Rising Ford Mustang. Couple Fords here. We got a parking lot full of Fords right now. That AMD number 27 is Preston Hassell running on the outside line, and that is tight right there. Looking out of the front of Tim Lansbury's machine in that 82. Jim Willis here starting to make some moves in the 53 car. Battling it out with the number 5, Ricky Emerson. Jim Willis in that Camaro, number 53. Trying to pick up a spot here, and he does. For that Realtree sponsored machine. Now up to the 8th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. up on the high line. Frank Burdosti in the 6X. Down on the bottom line here, battling it out. Claudio Bardelli Jr. going to use that draft by the 21 and pick up that spot. So he's now looking on the bottom side of Lucas Simpner. Reese Kennedy here looking like he wants to get around the 80 and the 6X here battling it out. To the 80 of Reese Kennedy. That Hooters sponsored Camaro. Battling with Frank Burdosti in the 6X. Good side-by-side racing there between Reese Kennedy and Frank Burdosti. Reese Kennedy picking up that spot now, starting to look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. Reese is going up to the high side here. He does a lot of laps, gets a lot of practice laps in. Todd Robillard here in the 90 car. Our race leader in that Coletta's Napa-sponsored Chevy Camaro. One of our Rhode Island drivers. And 90. Got this Jim Willis and Lauren Stopworth here having a battle. The 41 of Lauren Stopworth up on that high side. And we've seen Lauren Stopworth there during the run kind of drops back a little bit. And I don't really know, whether he's got sort of a setup issue right now, trying to figure out what this car is going to do, or if he's just really sort of in that tire save mode. But the 41 of Lauren Stopworth really in the early part of this run, early to mid part of this run, that car seems to move toward the back, and then maybe gets his feet underneath him and starts to move back forward here. So we'll keep our eye on this 41 Snap-on Tools sponsored Camaro of Lauren Stopworth, of our North Dakota drivers. Preston Hassell of our New Hampshire drivers here battling it out with Ricky Emerson. Preston Hassell, the 27, now picking up the 9th position. Ricky Emerson falling back there now, having a battle with Tim Lansbury in the 82. Tim Lansbury down on this bottom side, and one of our New York drivers trying to battle Ricky Emerson. Ricky Emerson there dropping down to the bottom side. Tim Lansbury not able to pull off that pass. Reese Kende here looking to get around Claudio Bardelli Jr. with the 80 car. That Hooters-sponsored Camaro now making some moves here. He is closing in on Lucas Simpner as well, so he's gotten around Claudio Bardelli Jr. Now starting to move his way through traffic. And this is where practice helps, man. I mean, you learn what this car is going to do later in the run, and you have a little bit of an advantage now. Maybe what we start to see here out of Reese Kende is he's starting to make some moves. Claudio Bardelli Jr. says he is not ready to give up that spot. He's moved back up to the high side and reclaims that position. Ed Palumbo and Colin Matiak here rekindling that battle. Ed Palumbo stuck behind that 4 car as those guys showing a little bit of a speed here, and rekindling that battle between the 54 and the 13. 54, the Mellow Yellow sponsored machine trying to get around this 4 car now. On board here with Ed Palumbo in the 54. Archer Vieira just ahead of him in the 11. Back up here with the 90. Todd Robillard, our race leader. 48 laps in. We've had 1 caution flag. We might start seeing green flag pit stops here very soon. So keep our eye on these guys as they start to vie for position here to get a good pit stop in. Take a look at our mid-race results here. Todd Robillard in first. Sean Jacobs second. Ed Palumbo has moved his way up to the 3rd position. Colin Matiak 4th. John Stanley 5th. Archie Vieira is 6th. Jim Willis 7th. Lawrence Stoppelworth 8th. Preston Hassell 9th. And Tim Lansbury rounding out the top 10. Todd Robillard on top here right now. He has got about a half a second, 0.6 of a second, almost 0.7 of a second lead over Sean Jacobs. Ed Palumbo sits in the 3rd position. Colin Matiak is 4th. John Stanley, good top 5 run for him right now in the 12 car. We'll take a look at John Stanley here in this 12 car. Having a good night. Lawrence Stoppelworth here having a battle with Preston Hassell. And I mentioned what you see out of Lawrence Stoppelworth is patience. This guy is quiet on the radio during the race. Not a lot out of him. And, he gets up on the wheel here, figures it out. And later in the run, this 41 car seems to get to the front here. And you start to see him lose this outside line. He saved those tires. Tim Lansbury maybe taking a little tear off out of his playbook and maybe following him through as you start to see this 41 showing some muscle here. On board here with the 41, he sees feather in that throttle coming off the turn down the backstretch. Preston Hassell starting to look low here. Tim Lansbury and the 82 also in this mix. Colin Matiak and Ed Palumbo and Sean Jacobs all having a battle here. Look at this mess. As Colin Matiak diving down to the bottom line here as indicating 24 car, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. And Sean Jacobs indicating he's coming down pit lane here. He is on pit lane, I believe, as he's coming down pit lane in the 24. Oh, we got a yellow flag here. A yellow flag. Oh, Oh my heavens, a yellow flag here as Sean Jacobs on pit lane in that 24 car, and he does not want to see that. As now our race leader is Ed Palumbo, as guys are making pit stops. Well, we're going to make pit stops and have to come back out. Keep from losing a lap here. No caution flag. Second caution of the night, and like a couple guys may have had some trouble trying to get on pit lane. We'll see what happened here with Ricky Emerson. Oh, he and the 91 get together right there. The 91, oh, and the 91 collects the 80, and looks like the 6X might have gotten involved there too. We'll take a look here. This is Ricky Emerson, and it looks like Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets up into the 5, and Ricky comes around, and then the 91 comes back across the track, gets into the 6X, Frank Burdosti. See this 80, Reese Canada has nowhere to go. It is an absolute roadblock for him, and he gets into the 91 car. We go on board here. This is Claudio Bardelli Jr., and I'll tell you what, man, the 5 it looked like maybe he might have came down a little bit. Hard to say, but that was pretty tight here. We'll take a look here. This is the 91 as they enter this turn. 91 does look like he comes up the track there a little bit, but those guys sort of argued for the same real estate, and I'm not sure on that one. 6X has nowhere to go. He gets into the 91, and then Reese Canada, another unfortunate incident for him, and he gets into the 91 as well and slams the wall. Poor Reese Canada here, man, as we watch out of the front of his car. Just nowhere to go, and he gets into that 91. Watch this. You're going to see a whole lot of TurnLeftTV right there. TurnLeftTV in your windshield. See these guys get together right there. We're going to back this up here to see if we can't get a look at this. And looks like maybe the 91, and definitely the 91 and the 5 got together. Kind of hard to make a ruling on that one. Those guys get together. I'm sure that the 5 car is going to have a little bit different view of that, or opinion of that, when the guys coming down pit lane. Some of these guys are tight on fuel because they had to make the pit stop here. And some of these guys tight on fuel and barely got down pit lane here. And I think the 90 had to have a little push down pit lane. We're seeing these guys finish up pit stops here. Tight battle there off pit lane. A little bit of an extended pit stop there for the 80 and the 6X.
Will be open this time.
Lucas Sinfiner is the race leader here, and he's going to come down pit lane, looks like. 91 8X also coming down pit lane. And there's the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. Gilmar Peixoto on pit lane as well. That's going to get the race lead, I think, to the 9X of Thiago Gomez. Don't forget, some more stock car action headed your way. We're going to be at Homestead Miami Speedway in the Saturday Night Thunder tomorrow. Got a 150 lap race there for Homestead, from Homestead Miami Speedway. The Saturday Night Thunder, the Cup cars. Guys are having a lot of fun with these cars. We brought them back. Huge requests to have these cars brought back here. So some Saturday night stock car action headed your way tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TurnLeftTV. Brent Owen showing up in the chat session. See Brent Owen in here. He helped on the doing the shaders on these cars, and does a lot of work for us on the side. Appreciate Brent Owen's friendship and all he does for sim racing here at rFactor 2, but also helping me out here at HORL and TurnLeftTV. Kind of a jack of all trades here. He runs a league called Happy Hour Racing League. They race on Mondays and Thursdays. Happy Hour Racing League. Look those guys up. Sure they would love to have you. So good to see Brent in here. The 9X here of Thiago Gomez coming down pit lane. That will give the race lead to the 54 car. Mellow Yellow sponsor machine, Ed Palumbo. Because he switched paint schemes, man. The other one was bad luck for him, so he's going to switch this one for a while. And so far, seems to be working out. He's up here in the first position, leading the field here on lap 59. Getting to one to go. He has taken the bottom line. Colin Madiak in the 13 will start up on the outside line. John Stanley, tell you what, man, just keeping that car up front here. He could be the sleeper here tonight in that 12 car. 4 of Archer Vieira shown in the 4th position. Todd Robillard is 5th. 41 of Lauren Stopworth has that car in the 6th position. We're clearly past halfway here, so things are probably going to get a little bit more intense. We've seen 2 caution flags. And let's watch this restart here with the 54 and the 13. There's a little bit of, what I want to say, atmosphere between the two of those guys. They've gotten into each other several times this season. And we'll see if cooler heads prevail. A little Ford Mustang versus Chevy Camaro here on this restart. Thing about it is neither one of those guys back off. That is the thing, man. You get 2 very strong-willed individuals battling it out. And 13 gets a launch on that restart there. Colin Madiak on the outside line. I think he might have started in first gear, and he has got a launch. Can he clear that 54? The 54 now working on that bottom line here, trying to hold on to that position. Ed Palumbo there battling back. As that Colin Madiak there got a launch on the restart, but not able to pull off that pass, and now he's going to scrub off a little bit of speed. Here is John Stanley. Oh, John Stanley, a little bit of contact with the 13. The 13 goes up the track. Hold on to that. John Stanley putting a little muscle in on the 13 car, and that's going to fire this 13 up. Colin Madiak is going to get fired up right now. He is going to set his mission on getting back up there to that 12 car. Look at that, man. He's passing the 4 car, trying to get one of those spots back, and he does. So a little bit of contact between the 12 and the 13. John Stanley says, hey, man, I'm going to show you I can get after it as well. John Stanley up to the 2nd position. Take a look here as John Stanley down on this inside. He and Colin Madiak are going to get into each other right here. John Stanley right there, a little bit of rubbing some paint off. And Colin Madiak shoots up the track there a little bit. Take a look at this from Todd Robillard's perspective. Watch this out of the front of Todd Robillard's machine, and you see there's going to be a little bit of contact right here. Ooh, just a little bit of a kiss. And now to the back of Todd Robillard's machine as Arcaviera dives down to the bottom line and gets by that 13 car. Good racing right there, man. That's stock car racing at its best, man. A little bit of contact, little rubbing is racing. Take a look at Jim Lansbury and Jim Willis here getting after it. Lansbury in that 82, the 53 of Jim Willis having a battle with him. Jim Lansbury going to pick up that spot now in the 8th position. Todd Robillard here now wanting to try to get around this 13 car. Camaro 13. He's sort of gathered his thoughts and climbing back up this field. So he's gotten around Arthur Vieira and now back up here battling for the 3rd position with Todd Robillard here. So watch this 13 and the 90 getting after it here. Todd Robillard now using that bottom line and giving up a little bit of time as the 4 car gets by him. And the 13 now has his mind set back onto that race lead. Take a look at this 13 car, Colin Matiak. Of our drivers hailing from the state of Ohio. Like I said, 16 years old, and this guy could flat out drive. He is now back up to that 12 car. You've got to wonder, man, how's this going to work out? The 12 of John Stanley just ahead, and the 13, Colin Matiak here. Arthur Vieira is in 4th. Jim Willis following that 82 car as he gets around Lawrence Stopworth. Jim Willis down on the bottom line here trying to follow him through. He does. Lawrence Stopworth now falls back to the 9th position. This battle is not over. Arthur Vieira in this mix. He had a little bit of a run. He had to get out of the throttle there and scrubbed off some speed as he had a little bit of a run there on the 13 car, not able to close the deal. Arthur Vieira here now showing he's got some speed up on this outside line and just cannot get around the 13. You're on lap 68. These guys are racing like it's the last lap. Sean Jacobs here in the 24 and the 21 of Lucas Simpner here battling it out. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 just behind those guys. Sean Jacobs in the 24 picking up that spot now up to the 10th position. Look at Preston Hassell here in the 27. He's got a little bit of company from the 82 and the 53. Tim Lansbury, Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. Whenever he wins, treats the field to some Skyline Chili. He's got to drive all the way down to Cincinnati, Ohio to get that, but he said it's worth it. Trying to put Preston Hassell behind him. Preston Hassell in the 27 holding on here as he's starting to show a little bit of speed here. Running behind the 90 of Todd Robillard, looking out of the front of Preston Hassell's machine. At Todd Robillard, you see Arthur Vieira and Colin Matiak just ahead as well. John Stanley running in 2nd. Ed Palumbo is leading in the 54 car. Reese Kennedy here in the 80. Getting that damage fixed. Having a battle with the 9X of Thiago Gomez. So good side-by-side battle here. Thiago Gomez here trying to fight back on the outside line in that Toyota Camry. And it looks like Reese Kennedy going to have to dive back down there to the 16th position. Colin Matiak here now looking on the low side of John Stanley. So this 13 car here now want to get around the 12. Colin Matiak here showing some muscle here late in the run, and he's going to get around that 12 car. No, again, side by side, not able to clear him yet. 13 versus 12. John Stanley in the 12 up on the outside line, doing a heck of a job here at at Chicagoland. Colin Matiak here on board here with him as he's trying to hold this down on the bottom line. Cannot really get the run that he needs off the turn to pull off a lot of passes here. He is now vying for the race lead, but Ed Palumbo in the 54 working that high line. You see he gets the run down the backstretch as using that high line. Now Colin Matiak has a good hard run into the, he does a little bit of a slide job right there. A little bit of a slide job and picks up the race lead as all fair in love and war, and that's for sure. As he picks up that spot, the 54, Evan Palumbo falls back to the second position as we now have Colin Matiak back to the race lead, and I suspected, man, that contact might have just fired him up. He is showing some muscle right now in the 13. John Stanley and now Art Viera here battling it out. John Stanley in the 12. Art Viera here now starting to move forward. He's now back up to the third position. John Stanley falls back to fourth. Guys are starting to get a little racy. They figured this track out. You've got a nice rubbered-in track now. So now you get up on the wheel here and you start driving this car. On board here with Artur Vieira. Running in the third position. Ed Palumbo says, I am not going to go quietly. He is up on the outside line here and racing Colin Matiak here now again for the race lead. Artur Vieira says he wants a piece of this action as well. This is some great racing right here. Ed Palumbo in the 54 getting by the 13 car. These guys are just battling it out like it's the last lap. Great battling here between the 54 and the 13. The 4 might have gotten into the wall there a little bit. 54, Artur Vieira might have made a little contact with the wall. He's getting a run here. He is wanting to use that outside line and get a heck of a run, and he does have a good run. He just gets the door slammed on him by the 13 car. This is all up front here for the race lead. Take a look at this as Jim Willis in the 53. 27 of Preston Hassell battling it out. The Camaro versus Mustang battle. 53, Jim Willis now back to the 7th position. Preston Hassell is 6th. John Stanley and Tim Lansbury here battling it out. Tim Lansbury starting to show a little bit of muscle here. Never count that guy out. John Stanley and Tim Lansbury. They've raced a lot of laps together, and Tim Lansbury in the 82 showing some muscle here as well. I've really been impressed. I'll tell you what, man. Really been impressed with what I've seen out of John Stanley here this season. He has really shown that patience pays off. I mean, he is one of the quietest drivers out there. He does not really get, involved in too many scrapes. And this 12 car is starting to show some great finishes here. So just being patient, not getting too fired up if you don't have a good race, and it is starting to show here out of that 12. John Stanley right now running in 4th. Lucas Simpner and the 5 of Ricky Emerson here having a battle. Lucas Simpner here getting by, taking over the 11th position. 41, Lawrence Stopworth here. As you see the 90 of Todd Robillard here peeling off the track to come down pit lane. So with Todd Robillard on pit lane, green flag pit stops. You see 90 of Todd Robillard ducking into his pit stall. Take a look at Preston Hassell in the 27. Artur Vieira is our new race leader, and I'll tell you what, man, we got a see what happened here as the 13. Oh, the 13 sideways right there. Oh, man, I'll tell you what, there might have been some contact. You see Todd Robillard coming back out on track. There might have been some contact there as Colin Matiak tried to get on pit lane. Take a look here as he's coming off the track, and man, that is tight right there. And the 82 has nowhere to go. Gets into the back of him right there. lifts the back end of that 82 up off the ground as well. And the 13 keeps it pointed in the right direction. That's a heads-up move. But, man, he has got a little bit of damage, I'm sure, now that he's dealing with. Lucas Simpner is our new race leader as we got some more pit stops underway here. Green flag pit stop. Artur Vieira on pit lane. So here we go, man. Green flag pit stops. Lucas Simpner, he is one of the best in the business at saving those tires and extending that run. He's always got that calculator going, man, in that head. He's always trying to figure out a way to get an edge on the rest of these guys. Trying to extend this lead and win this on fuel mileage. Take a look at Artur Vieira here running in the 4 car right now. Artur shown in the 15th position. He is 1 lap down. So a lot of these guys are lap down right now. We've got 5 guys on the lead lap. Lucas Simpner is the leader. Ricky Emerson in second. Preston Hassell third. Frank Burdosti. Now Frank Burdosti peeling off the track to come down pit lane, I believe. So 6 acts of Frank Burdosti making a pit stop here. One of our temporary cars. Good to see Frank Burdosti back out, man. Haven't seen him in a long time, and really good to see him out here racing with us. Lucas Simpner here making a pit stop here. Our race leader at Flex Seal sponsored Ford Mustang now on pit lane. Thiago Gomez here in the 9X machine is going to claim the lead. As the 21 of Lucas Simpner on pit lane here, taking some service. Thiago Gomez, the leader. Luca there changing those left side tires. Is he going to do right side tires as well? And we see Thiago Gomez here coming down pit lane. 21, Lucas Simpner now coming back out on track. So Thiago Gomez on pit lane here in the 9X machine. And I suspect that that's going to give the race lead to Todd Robillard as we cycle things back around here on lap 87, starting to wind this thing down. Did Todd Robillard take 2 tires? He's got a pretty decent lead over Ed Palumbo. Now remember, Ed Palumbo and Colin Madiak had a little bit of trouble getting on pit lane there. Colin Madiak right now in 3rd. That is great news for him. And that battle there between Ed Palumbo and Colin Madiak pretty tight here in the 54 and the 13 here on lap 87. Now is go time. Now you start trying to pick off everybody you can. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here. He's in a little bit of a hornet's nest there with the 80 of Reese Candidate and also the 82. Tim Lansbury. Right now, Sean Jacobs running in the 7th position. Tim Lansbury is 8th. Reese Candidate now is in 11th. He is a little bit behind the 8 ball here as far as these guys are concerned. Sean Jacobs running in 7th. Tim Lansbury is 8th. 10 laps to go. Take a look at this battle here as you see that 8X coming back on track. 54 and the 13. This is for the 2nd position. Todd Robillard is the race leader. Looking out of the back of Ed Palumbo's machine at that 13 car. Colin Madiak here trying to get by. Ed Palumbo making it a little tough for him right there. It is not the time to give up position. And Palumbo realizes that. He says, I am going to hang on to this second position here. They are falling back here just a little bit to Todd Robillard. 13 now looking on the bottom side. There's been a little bit of a rivalry here between the 54 and the 13. These guys always up front and always around each other. 13 and the 54 battling it out. This is for the second position. Oh, man, they got tight right there. The 54 and the 13, that got tight. This battle is waging right here. As now the 13 gets around the 54. So Colin Madiak now claiming the second position. Lauren Stoppelworth and Preston Hassell here battling it out. 41 versus 27 here as we wind down these laps. Good side-by-side racing here between the two of these guys. This is what I was saying, man. You're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing at this track here because the high line will work. The low line works. You got to sort of use that low line, try to make a little bit of a slide job to gain that position. Not able to do it, you're going to have to try to keep working on that, and it looks like Preston Hassell is going to pick up that spot. Hard to get at Tim Lansbury here battling it out. There's just 5 laps to go. Hard to bear up on the outside line. Tim Lansbury in the 82. Down on the inside line. Archer Vieira is going to pick up that 8th position. Back up here with our race leader, Todd Robillard. He has climbed away, or ran away from the rest of this field. 2.3 second lead over second place car, Colin Madiak. Ed Palumbo sits in the 3rd position. John Stanley 4th. Lucas Simpner is 5th. Whatever this call has been, these adjustments that the 90 car made on his pit stop have worked. He is showing a lot of muscle here late in this run. Todd Robillard here on lap 95. 2.4 second lead over second place Colin Madiak. Ed Palumbo is 3rd. John Stanley 4th. Luca Simpner is 5th. Three laps to go. The 90. Todd Robillard going to get a maybe get a race win here. He's got a little bit of lap traffic maybe coming up here. See that 9X machine just in front. Will this have a play or have an effect on this race? Jim Willis here picking up a spot here now in the 15th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. might be on pit lane. Not sure what's going on with Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 16th position. Like he is down on the apron there, so he looks like he has made his pit stop coming back out on track. So a late run pit stop there for Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the 90 car with 2 laps to go. Now caught up to that 9X. The 9X up on the wall there, getting out of the way. A little bit of mirror driving there maybe for the 9X machine. And Tiago Gomez, he wanted to get out of the way, and he got out of the way in a hurry. But I'll tell you what, that lead is now down to 1.6 seconds. About a lap and a half to go here. Can Todd Robillard hang on to this thing? Guess we'll go back live here. How about that? Todd Robillard here now on this last lap down the backstretch. Looking to try to get this race win. Clear track ahead for the 90. Colin Madiak in second as Todd Robillard coming off the 4th turn is going to pick up a win here in the Windy City of Chicagoland. Colin Madiak finishes in the 2nd position. So big win there for the 90 crew. Been a little bit since we've seen the 90 in victory lane. So congratulations to him. Good battle here, Preston Hassell and the 41 of Lauren Stoppelworth. This is coming to the stripe side by side are these guys coming down, I guess, off turn 2. Down the backstretch, Preston has a good run there and is going to end up picking up this spot, I believe. So great job, Preston Hassell. He and the 41 of Lawrence Stopworth had a heck of a battle there. Lawrence Stopworth getting a run there coming off the turn. Preston Hassell slamming the door, crossing the finish line there before the 41. But good racing, good clean racing between the two of those guys. So the 90 of Todd Robillard gets the big win there, huh? We'll see if we can't get Todd Robillard up here in the booth. We'll get a few things we got to take care of here real quick. So we'll see if we can't get a few things to do here before we get the 90 up here in the in victory lane with us. That was a very fun race to watch and broadcast too. A very competitive race and a lot of clean racing there. So definitely a fun race to broadcast. I enjoyed that race a lot, and really good to see guys getting a really good race under their belts here tonight. So just a few seconds here, getting one of the graphics done. So there we go. We've got a little bit of a, not sure what we got there with that blue there. Look at the garage shot there, but that's interesting. All right, we got Todd Robillard up here in the booth with us. Thanks for being patient, man. I had to do a little work here. Still not perfect, but hey, congratulations, man. What a fun track, fun race, and man, you had the car up front when you needed to have it up there.
Yeah, it was a great race. It's pretty intense when you're running close to 5 or 6 cars like that for a long period of time. But I was hoping after we pitted that we could get separated a little bit. And when you get away from other cars, your car handles quite a bit differently.
Well, I think you just pretty much answered my next question. It was, what was the secret after making that last pit stop of really kind of being able to run away from the rest of the field. I know Ed and Colin got a little racy there, but really it seemed like you had the fastest car. Given once they figured that out.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody really watched the line I was taking through the corners, but I tried to hook the bottom as much as I could on from both ends of the racetrack. You had to roll out of the throttle quite a bit further, 1 or 2 car lengths before everybody else getting into, especially turn 3, because there's a bump on the outside. It'll send the car up the track a little bit.
We saw a lot of great side-by-side racing here tonight, and I think we sort of expected this at Chicagoland. The high groove will work, but you can also make passes on the low side. It looked like it's a little tricky on the low side. What was your preferred lane here tonight?
Oh, definitely the low side. But as the tires wore, if you were running around other cars, it was really tough to keep it down there. That's why once I got out by myself for a lot of laps there, I could keep it right on the bottom because there wasn't any. You didn't pick up that push when you were behind another car.
Well, a heck of a run here tonight, and I'm trying to think what we got up next week. I guess I probably better look at the schedule. Looks like we have Northside, which is Richmond, coming up next week. That short track program okay there for the 90?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks.
Another one of those tracks I think you can race side by side. The high line's in play. You got 2 short tracks in a row here. After Northside, you have Martinsville coming up, and I suspect you're going to like that track as well.
Yep, both of those tracks are for guys that tend not to burn the rear tires off of it. Those are the guys that do well.
Well, a fantastic little schedule here with the 2 short tracks. We've got Riverside International. That's the one I think is a big question mark in my book, since we really haven't been on here in the Xfinity Series. I know you've raced this track before in the stock cars. What's your feeling on this road course hitting you in the face here on March the 12th?
That'll be a great race for these cars. The Cup cars have a little bit more horsepower, and they tend to get loose on exit of the corners. But I bet these cars, they have just the right amount of horsepower for some great racing.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for all that you do here at HORL and helping out us and the Buschwackers series, but really adminning and you do a great job. The guys really appreciate the work you're doing, and I want to say good luck to you the rest of the season here.
Thanks, Heath. I appreciate it, and I appreciate what you do also.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the 90. Todd Robillard joining us up here in the booth, and congratulations to him on getting that race win here tonight. Got a little bit of a weird situation going on right there with the with that little box right there, but yeah, kind of interesting. Don't think I've ever seen that before, so who knows what the heck's going on there, but. I want to invite you to come out and join us tomorrow on in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder, race number 2, 150 laps. Racing starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. We got a day of racing headed your way. I should probably back up here and start at 3 p.m. and that is a High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Portland International coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Get a little bite to eat, get a little rest there, a little shut-eye maybe, a cat nap, and then we'll be back at it in the Saturday Night Thunder later that evening. So a lot of racing headed your way tomorrow right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, congratulations to Todd Robillard there with the black box right there. Congratulations to him on getting the race win here tonight. And he did a great job. Great race, man. It really was a great race. I very much enjoyed what I saw here tonight with the racing. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the TurnLeftTV channel. Going to have a little bite to eat and try to catch a little shut-eye, get ready for tomorrow's racing. So we're going to need my rest. Thanks so much for joining us. Have my good buddies in here joining us tonight. Thanks for all those folks coming out and supporting TurnLeftTV. In the meantime, you know what that means. I am